All I could think about as you were all coming in this afternoon is Dana Carvey's The Church Lady. And when he'd say, "Isn't this special?" Well, welcome to our new worship space. It's not a chapel, it's a gathering space until restoration is completed. If you've seen the pictures in the newspaper, it looks like a war zone over there, but it will be beautiful. Thank you for staying with us during this time when we will be in much closer quarters. Since this is our first weekend, we will be reflecting on all that we're doing and making some arrangements or changes if we have to. We will have some scaled down liturgies, less music, no processions, reception of the Eucharist only with the bread. No necessity to kneel. It would be very difficult for people to kneel. You may sit or stand. That was what was done in the early church. And hopefully shorter homilies. Don't clap. I mentioned that to the bishop. He said you'll get 1 million people coming. So, in regards to shorter homilies, I have 2 thoughts for us to reflect upon as we celebrate the Divine Mercy Sunday. And the first thought is this experience that we are having as a cathedral parish is parallel to what we call the Paschal Mystery. You've heard us talk about the Paschal Mystery. Well, this is what we're going through. We die to the old before we welcome the new. Good Friday always precedes Easter Sunday. We are in the process of dying to what our cathedral was and living in this in-between time before new life in September. It's about dying and rising. It's about new life that comes from death. It's about light and darkness. And all life has this rhythm of dying and rising. All of our individual lives, all of your married lives, all of our family lives. There's always deaths that we have to experience, letting go, moving on, and new life. This is the Paschal Mystery. This makes it real for us as a community. Second point, in regards to we celebrate Divine Mercy Sunday. There's a wonderful experience that Stephen Covey shares with us in The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He tells about a very memorable experience. He writes, "I remember a mini paradigm shift I experienced one Sunday morning on a subway in New York. People were sitting quietly, some reading newspapers, some lost in thought, some resting with their eyes closed. It was a calm, peaceful scene. A man and his children entered the car. The children were soon yelling back and forth, throwing things, even grabbing people's papers. It was very disturbing. And yet, the father sitting next to me did nothing. It was difficult not to feel irritated. I could not believe he could be so insensitive as to let his children run wild and do nothing about it. It was easy to see that everyone else on the subway felt irritated too. So finally, with what I felt was unusual patience and restraint, I said, 'Sir, your children are really disturbing a lot of people. I wonder if you couldn't control them a little more.' Well, the man lifted his gaze, as if coming to a consciousness of the situation for the first time, and he said very softly, 'Oh, you're right. I guess I should do something about it. We just came from the hospital where their mother died, about an hour ago. I don't know what to think, and I guess they don't know how to handle it either.'" Stephen goes on, he says, "Can you imagine what I felt at that moment? Suddenly I saw things differently. And because I saw things differently, I thought differently. I felt differently. I behaved differently. My irritation vanished. I didn't have to worry about controlling my attitude or any behavior. My heart was filled with the man's pain. Feelings of sympathy and compassion flowed freely. Your wife just died? Oh, I'm so sorry. Can you tell me about it? What can I do to help?" Everything changed in an instant. Suddenly, I saw things differently. Well, on this Divine Mercy Sunday, we're all challenged to be more patient. I think all of us can relate to that man, or to Stephen Covey on the New York subway being irritated. but we're called to understand situations before we quickly judge. And then when we find out the circumstances, to allow ourselves to see things differently, to extend mercy and understanding. 2 points. We're living the Paschal mystery. Everything can change in an instant, and we're each challenged and called to see things differently and to show mercy.